Welcome back to Fast News F1. Today, we're diving into an absolutely wild Mexican Grand Prix where Carlos Sainz claimed his first win in 7 months, while Max Verstappen faced one of the biggest penalties of the season. This race had everything: intense battles, bold overtakes, and surprising penalties. So, F1 fans, settle in, and if you're loving these race recaps, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. Your support helps us reach our goal of 100 subscribers and brings you all the F1 news right when it happens. Now, let's rewind to the race start. Verstappen had a strong start, taking the lead going into turn 1. But after an early safety car caused by Yuki Tsunoda, Verstappen was vulnerable with a depleted battery, which let Carlos Sainz close in and ultimately reclaim the lead. Little did we know, that was just the beginning of Verstappen's rough day on the track. As the race intensified, Verstappen found himself in a heated exchange with Lando Norris, echoing their recent showdown at the US Grand Prix. Norris made an ambitious move into turn 4, but Verstappen kept his defense tight, forcing Norris to cut the corner. However, it didn't stop there. Just moments later, Verstappen made a daring dive on Norris at turn 6, sending both drivers off track in a move that quickly grabbed the steward's attention. Now, F1 fans, we want to hear from you. Do you think Verstappen's aggressive moves were too risky, or was it just hard racing? Type risky or hard racing in the comments below, and let's see where everyone stands. The stewards didn't hold back this time, handing Verstappen 2 separate 10-second penalties, totaling a massive 20 seconds. The first penalty was for forcing Norris off the track, and the second was for leaving the track and gaining an advantage. This heavy penalty took Verstappen out of the running for the win, making it clear that the stewards were cracking down on overly aggressive moves. So, do you agree with the FIA's decision to hit Verstappen with such a significant penalty? Vote in the comments with yes if you agree, or no if you think the penalty was too harsh. And if you have any alternative ideas on how incidents like this should be handled, share them with us. Interestingly, this dramatic showdown comes just days after a drivers' meeting where F1's future racing rules were discussed, with both Verstappen and Norris reportedly voicing strong opinions. After qualifying on pole for Ferrari, Carlos Sainz commented on the meeting, saying it was a productive session. He believes it could lead to more consistent rulings in the future, with the hope of ensuring both fairer and safer racing. With all this in mind, what's your take, F1 fans? Should more former drivers be part of the stewarding process? Let us know in the comments with a yes or no, and tell us why. Meanwhile, while the focus was on Verstappen and Norris, Sainz drove a near-perfect race, keeping his cool even as teammate Charles Leclerc showed some early aggression. Ultimately, Sainz pulled away to lead the pack and crossed the finish line for Ferrari's first win in months. Leclerc was on track to secure P2, which would have been Ferrari's first back-to-back 1-2 finish since 2008, but by lap 59, things took a turn as he faced pressure from the charging McLaren behind. Who's your driver of the day? Was it Sainz for a masterclass in race control, or maybe Norris for keeping the pressure on Verstappen? Let us know in the comments. The spotlight was on Carlos Sainz, who secured his first win in 7 months after a flawless drive. The real drama started on lap 63 when Charles Leclerc lost grip at turn 17, narrowly avoiding the wall. This mistake left the door wide open for Lando Norris to swoop into P2, setting up a late chase to close in on his former McLaren teammate, Sainz. But with incredible composure, Sainz held on to claim victory for Ferrari, solidifying their surge in form. Who do you think was the driver of the day? Comment below with Carlos or Lando and tell us why. But the action didn't end at the front. Yuki Tsunoda's race ended after just one turn following a clash with Alex Albon. Albon, sandwiched between an Alpine and Tsunoda, had nowhere to go, which forced both out of the race. This dramatic start was just the beginning of a chaotic day for many drivers. Local hero Sergio Perez faced a tough outing. He was handed a 5-second penalty for a grid positioning error, and later, a tangle with Liam Lawson left him with race-compromising damage. By lap 28, after Max Verstappen had served his own penalties, it was only teammate Sergio Perez and Lance Stroll behind him. Despite the setbacks, Verstappen fought his way back into the points, showing the resilience we've come to expect from the championship leader. We want to hear from you. Should Sergio Perez have received a heavier penalty, or was the 5-second penalty fair? Vote in the comments below with fair or too light. In the midfield, Oscar Piastri charged up the order after a tough qualifying session. However, a gamble on tyre strategy didn't pay off, leaving him short of catching Kevin Magnussen in P7. Over at Mercedes, George Russell's race became more challenging after sustaining front-wing damage, which threw off his car's balance. More surprising was Lewis Hamilton's struggle to pass his teammate, despite Russell's compromised car. Mercedes fans, what are your thoughts on the team's performance in Mexico? Let us know in the comments. Should Mercedes focus more on car balance, or was it just bad luck this time? Ferrari enjoyed a stellar day with a double podium, allowing them to move ahead of Red Bull in the Constructors' Championship. Both Kevin Magnussen and Nico Hülkenberg of Haas also finished in the points, rounding out a fantastic day for the American team. This Grand Prix was overshadowed by continued tension between Max Verstappen and Lando Norris, who faced off once again on track after their clash in Texas. The two drivers reportedly had direct exchanges in a lively drivers' meeting, discussing how to fairly defend and overtake. Sky Sports' Craig Slater described the meeting as respectful but intense, with many drivers feeling FIA standards need to improve. So, F1 fans, what's your take on the FIA's approach to penalties? Should the rules be clarified even further, or is this just part of the racing drama? Let us know in the comments with clarify rules or keep it spicy. What an unforgettable Mexican Grand Prix! From Carlos Sainz's triumphant win to Max Verstappen's controversial penalties and the ongoing battle with Lando Norris, this race had it all. Make sure to subscribe and hit that bell for all your F1 news and recaps right here on Fast News F1. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you at the next race. An action-packed Mexican Grand Prix that saw Carlos Sainz clinch a hard-fought victory, Lando Norris take an impressive second, and Max Verstappen hit with massive penalties that shook up the standings. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay on top of all things Formula One. Now, let's get into all the drama from this unforgettable race. Alright, racing enthusiasts, that's it for today's episode. Make sure to leave your comments, join the discussions, and tell us what you'd like to see in future videos. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the track.